So, what's been happening in my male guppy tank since last time? Well, I've had no deaths at all, which is good. I feel quite pleased about that. I removed 5 fish from here, 2 that I saw fighting mouth to mouth. So I took those out and put those in the big tank where I have a lot of females. And instantly the tank did calm down a bit. But I did find that I had a couple of other of the bigger male guppies trying to figure out if they were going to be boss. But that seems to have calmed down as well. I also moved 3 of my other guppies. One is a sort of grey, gunmetal grey and yellow. I thought he'd look really nice in the big tank. And also 2 of my black-bodied, colourful tail ones, which I thought was, would be nice if I had them in a bigger tank. Can see the markings on some of these hybrid Endler guppies. They look quite good. I have exceptionally beautiful fish in here. He is so bright. He's really gorgeous. Anyway, so I feel that that's calmed down a lot. I've also put in some new babies. It does worry me for a while because some of them are quite young. I haven't, I don't make a mistake and put female in here. But within days they colour up being in the bigger tanks, so I can tell. Oh, there he is. He's quite a spectacular little fish. Wish I have room to breed him, but at the moment I've got way too many fish. Now, I'm coming to the stage here where I have older guppies. I've noticed that I've got old man in here. He's 2, and I don't see him that often, but he was swimming around just now. And 3 of my other old male guppies' sons, they are beginning to have what I call the old man guppy waddle, where they find it very difficult to swim about. So luckily I have some of their sons here, so they'll be taking their place, and that'll be quite nice to be able to watch those grow up. So in some cases I have 3 generations of fish in here. Now, I did lose my other guppy. I mean, they were very good value. Altogether, my first little guppies cost me $12, and all but 2 of the guppies in here are offspring of those $12, so I've had my money's worth. I think you can see maybe an older guppy trying to swim up there. It's not doing that well, but yeah, so I'm quite pleased now that the fish seem to have settled down. The other problem I had, usually I clean my fish on my own, but my husband was home the other day, and as I was cleaning the glass, a guppy got stuck behind the magnetic cleaner, and I thought he was a goner. But luckily he's not. He was very badly bruised, and I really thought I was going to lose him for 2 days. But now he's up there swimming as well as could be expected. So every time I take my eyes for a second off of the tank while I'm doing something, when somebody's in the house, I end up having a problem. The last time I had a guppy swim up the tube. So it's very, very important that I don't to take my eyes off the tank when I'm cleaning. But I'm very pleased with my next lot of fish that are coming into here. I have some really unusual colours and they're a lot smaller, so I'm hoping in the next 6 months to be able to introduce different fish to this tank, not just guppies. I want to see if I can bring, I would like to bring some gouramis. Gouramis are very hit and miss. I've had gouramis in community tanks before with no problems. I used to have white 3-spot gouramis and blue lace gouramis, dwarf gouramis, kissing gouramis, all in the tank together with guppies and everything. I had no problems, but I have been reading that a lot of people do get problems. And gouramis are some of my favourite fish. I don't think Victor would take to a bigger fish in his tank, so it's something I'm thinking about. I may have to try to find the smallest fish that I can. Oh, there's our old guy right in the middle there. He's gone up to the top. Anyway, that's this tank, and now, excuse any mess, we have over here all the problem fish, and as you can see there doesn't seem to be a problem. There's a ton of females in here. It was quite funny to start off with because the yellow males that were causing a problem in the other tank when they first came in here, they completely ignored the females, absolutely ignored them, and still went after the males, but they seem to have stopped that now. As you can see, there's absolutely a ton of females. The oldest females in here are 2, and one of them is so heavily pregnant she must have at least 100 babies inside of her. So the females in here are between 2 and 12 months. So today I added some of my younger females to start growing to take the place of any females I may lose. And I've only ever lost 2 females in this tank out of I don't know how many. They're very, very sturdy fish. The original 2 females that are in here are about 3 inches long, and I'm beginning to find it difficult to tell them apart from their oldest daughters. It's just that they're very grumpy, and they were here just now. They've disappeared. So hopefully now I may have cured the problem. I've put a few pretty males in here to give this tank a bit of colour. I've been trying to move some of my prettier females in here for my other tanks, and hopefully everybody will now be very happy.